it's important to remember that you set the standard of what feeling good and amazing means to and feels like for you. And that very much includes how you feel in your body, because your body will always let you know your levels of alignment. Like, wow, I wish I would have learned this in school. I deeply wish that they would learn and teach this at school, because our journeys would have been so much more different. The body is not something that's working against us. We get to collaborate. There is an infinite intelligence, and this is what we call the mind and body connection. Welcome to The Rise Show, a podcast for highly driven and spiritual women with big ideas, dreams, and visions. Audacious women just like you, who are committed to their evolution and obsessed about all things personal growth, spirituality, manifestation, and feminine embodiment. I'm your host, Nathalie Banaszak, feminine success and branding coach, and I'm here to support you on your journey and path of expansion. I know you're ready for so much more. Permission granted to go for greatness, your wildest desires, and the most radiant and full expression of the brand called you. Are you ready? Let's begin. Today we're going to speak about the body, your beautiful, strong, wise, and incredible body. This whole show and the core of my work is in its essence about encouraging women to love themselves more fiercely, to help women to build their lives, careers, and businesses based on feminine principles, and to set the intention to thrive, not just survive in a modern world. So we are speaking about creating holistic success and to make greater impact from a place of embodied alignment. We are multidimensional beings, so we need to embrace and give attention to all aspects of ourselves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and physically. And your body is a sacred vessel. Tuning into your physical body is one of the first steps toward heart-centered living and learning how to master your state and being, and becoming the vibrational match to the most real and radiant, authentic version of you. So think of your body as a sacred container for the soul, breath, and spirit to flow through you. So your channels needs to be clear. So today's episode is my invitation to you to truly appreciate your body's sacredness and the importance of treating her with so much respect, reverence, and loving care, to invite greater levels of mindful actions such as proper nourishment and self-care practices which allow the soul to flourish, so you act with compassion and lead with purpose. So, I'm a huge fan of questions. Let's begin with a couple of questions for you to reflect on. What is your relationship with your body? And what's your history like? How would you describe your story and the journey you've been on together for your whole life? Are you listening with love and deep respect to your body's messages? And are you aware of how she's constantly trying to communicate with you? Put your hand on your heart, if it feels right, and take a deep, nourishing breath in with me. What is your body trying to tell and teach you in the season you're in right now? Depending on what you're doing, this could be a moment to actually stop, pause, and write these questions down. Otherwise, you can come back to these questions later. So my own story of learning how to really love and cherish my body started with eating disorders. So for those of you who don't know my story, like many young girls, I had eating disorders in my early teens. Today, I view this as my earliest and greatest catalyst for growth. Wow. it had me embark on a healing journey of understanding my body at a very early age. I was only 16 when I went to therapy, and I spent a year there. So I understood the power of the mind from a very early age, and the journey keeps on going. So today, I have a very beautiful relationship with my body, and I consider it to be sacred. And I want this for all women in the world. We do not speak about the body enough. So this conversation matters. What is body wisdom? Like, what is it? I like to Google things sometimes to just see what the web says as definitions. So here's what I got. I think I compromised a little bit, but let's play with this. It refers to the innate intelligence, knowledge, and intuition that originates from within your physical body, communicating through sensations, emotions, and gut feelings, your intuition to guide you toward well-being, personal truth, and healthy decision-making. Interesting enough, all components of them, they are arising from the feminine. This is important as well. It's distinct from purely staying in cognitive knowledge because it involves listening to your body's subtle signals to understand your unique needs. Again, as with everything personal growth, this takes intention. I just very shortly share where I'm coming from, like half a life ago. Like, the journey we are on with our bodies gets to be sacred, and we can start to love ourselves more and more every day. It is truly a journey. And I want to start the conversation with this question, follow-up question. Are you currently experiencing dis-ease or ease in your body? So whatever it might be, it's important to remember that you set the standard of what feeling good and amazing means to and feels like for you. And that very much includes how you feel in your body, because your body will always let you know your levels of alignment. Like, wow, I wish I would have learned this in school. I deeply wish that they would learn and teach this at school, because wow, our journeys would have been so much more different. The body is not something that's working against us. We get to collaborate. There is an infinite intelligence, and this is what we call the mind and body connection. Everything originates from the mind. You get to decide here if you want to go with me when it comes to this philosophy. It's another layer to quite radical personal ownership and responsibility for how we feel and where we're at. And again, completely depending on where you're at. Of course, there are scenarios and situations that's out of our control. But to keep it narrow here, we are going to dive deeper into the mind-body connection. And I'm speaking from my own personal journey and from working with so many different women from all over the world. And as always, you take what you want and make what you want of it. The question is more about if you are willing to go there, to be more curious about your body and the way she is communicating with you right now. Most of us have a huge imbalance between the masculine and feminine. So what we're really doing is that we're striving for this thing called balance. We've been so conditioned to believe that we need to do, more. And stress is an epidemic that is growing in numbers daily all over the world in modern society. And for me, that shows in many ways a broken system that needs to be addressed. Then we need to take personal responsibility, as I was mentioning before. So I call this the next level awareness. What mental patterns are you clinging to that are causing the conditions you're experiencing in your body? And again, this is not about blaming or being judgmental towards yourself. There are things that are out of our control, but there are also conditions and symptoms that we can control with lifestyle choices. And this is what I'm talking about here. for me, I've had massive transformations happening in my body and my healing when I really got deep into the work and started to really explore more of the mind-body connection. This is a couple of years ago now. I think this must have been like 2021 or 2022. And on this note, I really want to recommend Louise Hay. Her work is phenomenal. And if you have not yet read it, she has a best-selling book called You Can Heal Your Life. And in it, she has something that she calls the list. And it's basically a dictionary where you can look into different symptoms that you might experience. And in it, you will find a mental thought pattern that might have been causing that condition. It's also a dictionary where you can find healing affirmations, because what we're doing here, we want to rewrite the thought patterns that's been causing these conditions. Again, I highly recommend this book, and these teachings is something that I've incorporated in my own coaching methodology, because I have not yet met anyone, including myself, where the list has not been super accurate. So highly recommend. And it's the note in remembering that your body gives you massively important information. Now, there's a big reason I have a whole section for body health and wellness in my welcome and onboarding packets for one-to-one clients. So they get a comprehensive pre-coaching questionnaire to dive into before we even get started. So what I do, I study my clients in depth. And just from studying their answers, I'm most often able to pinpoint the belief systems and patterns that are causing their problems or lack of results, and, what belief patterns, habits we need to work on rewriting. And this is like brilliant, empowered, fantastic women. We all have this. I'm recognizing new, limiting beliefs within myself, and I've done this work for a long time. So this is life for life. This is work for a lifetime. What I want you to know is that your body is always talking to you. Wow, I wish I could have told my teenage self this. I want everyone to know this. She is trying to get your attention. So physical wounds and stressors are only the tip of the iceberg. They're a call from your soul for change. That's all. It might go something like this. First, you're mentally noticing something is off. You might wake up with a terrible headache. You have back pain or, a sore throat. Either you become obsessed with focusing on the symptoms, making them wrong, or simply, so annoying, I don't have time for this, blaming the body, criticizing her. Or you listen, you tune in, and you stay present with your body by being willing to go to the root of what might be the cause. I mean, sometimes it might be a headache because you have not drank plenty enough of water. Okay, well, that is an easy fix. You don't necessarily need to take a pill, right? What can you heal easy yourself by just getting aware, Your physical pain and symptoms are always a cue to an underlying emotional, mental, energetic, or spiritual blockage. This is what I believe to be true. And when we really go there, let me give you here a couple of physical symptoms that I've recognized within myself, some of them. And these would be always the same, basically, that I would get in my welcome packets when I share these pre-coaching questionnaires, even in my friend circles. Okay, so here we go. Insomnia, back pain, super common. Know that spinal health issues are super common among women. Very ambitious women, like Wonder Women, super women kind of women, because it's so much about feeling that we lack support. This might not, most often it's not conscious. It's just what it is. Digestive issues, constipation, feeling bloated, menstrual problems, fatigue, migraines, overweight, holding on to weight, thyroids, pain, nausea, skin problems. What is this? It is stress. We use stress as like one little name that can be anything. It shows up in many different forms. So accumulated old stress stays stuck in our bodies until we commit to do old patterns of stress. Now, this is the ultimate cleanse. And this is sneaky. You might not be aware of the fact that you're holding stress in your body. So it's sneaky. You need to be willing to shine light on what's uncomfortable, what's been hidden until now. That's the ultimate cure and antidote that your body is screaming for. If it's something within you that makes you feel this dis-ease compared to feeling easy and light in your body. And again, as always, I'd like to make disclaimers. There are some things that we cannot control. So when you're willing, this is my experience, when we are really willing to sit with these questions, we will intuitively know what wants attention. It's just about being willing to go there. Know that healing and transformation are multidimensional. Again, we are speaking about your mental being, emotional being, spirituality, energetics, your body. I also want to say that healing is a word that I feel personally can be misused. No right or wrong here. Here is my belief. I do not believe that any of us are broken. It's not about fixing all the errors, It's just something that's out of balance, that craves attention. That's what it is. Your, mine, our natural state is perfect, radiant health. We need to remember this. So anything else is unnatural and wants, again, attention. So what if radical self-love is the most powerful medicine there is? This is my belief. And I've seen this over and over and over again. Do not fall trap into believing that this is your normal. I used to believe that. I remember, so for me, let me share personally, whenever I would feel stress, I would get digestive issues. I don't know the English word, so I can't share it. But anyways, digestive issues would always be my thing. And I did not know that was coming from my mind of thinking. Of course, I could tie it to stress, but it was not something that I had knowledge about. I would go to see the doctor. This is in my early 20s. And they would not been able to help me. They would just basically give me some pills or something. And this breaks my heart. There are so many ways to naturally heal our bodies. Oh my God. I mean, I've been in this industry for more than 20 years. So it's about finding what resonates with you. And we might start out on different places. Some people might start with meditation, calming the mind. Others might start with nutrition, using, healing foods to heal our bodies. And someone else might become, all about breath work. So know that the right path here is what's right for you. It's what's calling on you right now. If you really want to expand, I would say really, really put on your glasses that helps you to view your whole being from a very holistic perspective. So think of it like this. Healing, transformation, it's your evolution. And you bet that this will affect every single area of your life. I always add, personally and professionally, how much holistic success can you create and attract if you're not functioning at your highest? I can only speak for myself here. Like when I'm feeling tired or, if it's been too much, today I know, okay, when I need to pause and I do it, I'm actually very unapologetic about following my energy. And believe me when I say That was not always the case. I am the typical woman who would be like, no matter what it takes, I will do that. And this is when a power characteristic can become one of our weak spots. I would say that one of our biggest strengths is to be able to really, really, really harness the power of knowing how your body communicates with you. So it's a forever reminder. I mean, who would ever say that they desire to feel tired, drained, and depleted? I don't think that anyone desires to be that. And yet this will happen if we're not conscious about honoring our bodies and how we feel. Like, this is about lifestyle choices. This is why we're speaking about holistic success. And for any successful leader in the world, like, there are endless stories of people who burn themselves out, been there, done that. We grow and we learn and we get to do things different. And that's what we're doing here inside Rise. We are committed to doing things differently. And that means we have a very holistic approach to success. Feeling good simply needs to be a priority. And remember, it's freaking good to feel good. And remember, it's not just about you being selfish, wanting to feel good. That's a very, very common misconception. Like, it's about feeling good, feeling like your cup is overflowing, and taking responsibility to feel that way, because that creates ripples of positivity in all areas of your life. You get to experience yourself at the highest. You get to experience personal fulfillment. So it's not like the feeling good part is the end goal at all. In the best of worlds, this is where everything begins, and where we get to create and grow from. Like, imagine growing your business, your dream, your career, your relationships. Hello? Like the full thing, from a place of fullness, from a place of, I feel like I'm thriving, from a place of radiance, of light, compared to, I am exhausted, I am drained, I'm depleted, I cannot even make myself leave bed. And if that's where you're at, well, that's bravo for being honest in recognizing that I do not want to be here. Something needs to change. I mean, I've been there. And this is the case for many ambitious women. But how about flipping things around? We do not need to stay there. So if we're not feeling good, amazing, and fantastic, as we're going for our bigger dreams and visions and living, like, again, what's even the point? So speaking about having deep, radical self-love, being what heals all, and I encourage you. I have many different tools in my toolbox that I give to clients, and one of them is affirmations and mirror work. Look into the mirror and see yourself. And I mean, really stop to see yourself. This can become very emotional. Say out loud, I love you. I really love you. Wow, look at how far you've come. You are perfect just the way you are. And look at your body. Look at your gorgeous, incredible, fantastic body. Wow, what a gift it is to be living. I'm sure you have gone through many, many different challenges, and yet you're here. You know, I could just keep on going. We need to learn how to speak highly about ourselves with kindness, love, power, and respect. And as a leader, as a friend, perhaps as a mother. What kind of role model do you desire to be? For those you're here to lead, we have many roles in our lives. And again, nothing is right or wrong, but remember that you get to choose. So there are many different ways to really connect with your body. And let me share a few examples here. So we have mindful awareness and play. And Yeah, let's say like make it a habit to engage in practices like meditation, yoga, deep breathing. That's a very simple way to become more present and aware of your body signals. Dance, play, shake, shaking. Remember that when you move your body, you move your soul. The movement is really key, and it can be as simple as grounding exercises, simply just walking barefoot on the grass. Meditation and body scans, obviously fantastic. Take time to scan your body from the head to toe, noticing any tension, ease, or discomfort without judgment. And if you do have judgment, do not judge the fact that you have judgment. Okay, so just know that the thoughts are not enemies. And give every area of your body attention, your hands, your toes, your organs. Doesn't every part of you deserve reverence and attention? Tuning into your heart, again, put your hands on your heart. Feel how it beats without you having to do anything. What a miracle. Prayer. Simply asking your body questions. You can do this through the day. You don't need to sit in meditation. You can be simple, like it's a simple thing. Commit to have daily check-ins. Ask your body how she's feeling. What does she need? Such as, what food do you crave to eat today? What type of exercise would feel fantastic today? And keep a journal to record your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. That's a really powerful way to identify patterns and gain insights from your higher self. I mean, I could share so many of these different practices, but just to give you a few. And then there is another, the next level here, how to trust your body's guidance. Because yes, we can learn how to really, really live more attuned to our intuition. And that is also so much about trusting it. So a few more self-loving hacks here, because it is a practice. Cultivate self-compassion, loving kindness, self-reverence. Is that it? Self-reverence, is that it? Yes, I think you can say so. You get it. Create a compassionate space to let your body lead and honor her messages. This is something that will really help you calm your nervous system. This one is huge. This is something I'm working on, practicing divine patience. Recognize and really remember that this is a journey. And with time and consistent practice, the subtle messages from your body will become way clearer. It will become easier. And also to trust your feelings. Don't dismiss or suppress your feelings or bodily sensations or make them bad. Rather, accept them as messages that can guide you toward healthier and more authentic choices. Let's say you feel tired. Instead of just like, oh, why am I so tired? Well, the body's tired. Maybe she just wants a little bit of rest. Yeah, be more gentle towards yourself. This one is very big as well. Listen before responding. So when you receive advice or feedback from others, check in with your body to see how it resonates with your inner truth, rather than automatically accepting others' opinions. Trust yourself enough to know that you know what's best for you. Of course, we stay open for constructive feedback and advices, but at the end of the day, no one knows better than you what's right for you. And you need to know that, and you need to trust that. And act on the guidance that you're receiving. So again, intuition does not need to be something that happens, oh my God, every now and then. We can live led by intuition. This is what feminine embodiment is about too. And this is, again, it's a practice. We can become better in it if this is something that we desire. And we soften. Like this whole journey is so much about softening. And the magic really happens when we listen. Well, when the listening turns into action. So we take action on the body's guidance. And that really strengthens the bridge of trust between you and your innate wisdom. So you can start right now. And again, this is a forever journey. I always say It's not just like, okay, it's, what date do we have today? Whatever. It's not just like, okay, October the 1st, it's 12 p.m. I'm done. I know how to love my body. I have respect for myself. I'm never criticizing myself. I'm just clean and pure. Like I'm fixed. And I mean, I'm saying this, you're hearing me laugh because also it's very positive to not always take ourselves so seriously. Like if I would look back into my own journey, I shared in the beginning where I'm coming from. So I was very young when I got into personal growth and holistic healing and all those things. And I swear to God, when I was in my early 20s, when I was 21, I studied for a full year for something that was called, what would be the English translation, holistic health promotion practitioner or something like that. Anyways, it was a massive and big year for me because that was the year I really understood the word holistic. That word was new for me. I was like, what's that? Up until that point, health for me was basically, eating broccoli and going to the gym and thinking positive. And I remember that I kind of thought that, oh, wow, I got this thing figured out. So healing comes in many different layers. And I'm just fascinated by the fact, I'm humbly sitting here and saying, and again, this is coming from someone who's been on the journey for more than 20 years, and still, wow, the more I learn, the more we learn, the more there is to learn. So when we can stay calm and humble and not kind of trying to rush through, oh my God, I have like 5 minutes to learn how to love myself. Like, we're always on the go. It's not an accomplishment in that sense. It's a process. It's a journey. And it's a gradual process that we get to grow into. And for us to be more in our feminine, it is so much about softening. It is so much about softening. Oh my God, like I'm feeling soft even as I'm hearing my own voice. If I would hear myself now compared to, a couple of years ago, and I see this. I see the same in all my clients, my community. Like for you who listen now, maybe you're nodding, maybe you're smiling with me. Let's just normalize talking about these things. So a few questions to wrap up. In this moment, how and what is your body feeling? And if you don't really know how to describe your feelings, perfect. It's a fantastic invitation to build emotional awareness. And you can do that very simply by simply asking yourself, okay, what am I feeling? And if you can't name the feeling, just, I feel heavy or I feel energized or, just try to describe it. And you can journal about this to just put your thoughts on paper. And second, what are the quote unquote diseases? This can be symptoms, physical symptoms you tend to experience and repeat. Remember, I was mentioning insomnia, digestive issues, headaches, whatever it might be. If you feel called to it, explore. What could be the mental pattern that's been causing these conditions? Can you see a link between it? It's my invitation for you to explore that. And again, then, to expand on that, what are the thought patterns and events that could have caused and triggered that? Wow, a huge topic. And I think I wrap up every episode with saying I could have kept on going forever. And the cool thing is that we actually get to keep the conversation going. So share your thoughts and reflections, either with yourself, write it in your journal, what's showing up for you, share it with a friend or with me. I always love hearing from you and to connect with my community. So again, don't be a stranger. You can simply DM me on IG and share your takeaways. And as always, to be continued. ... I'm wishing you a beautiful day. And I'm curious to learn more about how this episode lands inside of you. If you loved this podcast, please go ahead and subscribe. That way you get updates anytime I post a new episode. And if you're feeling extra generous, go ahead and share this with a sister you know needs to hear this message and leave a review. It would mean so much, as I love to envision a world with more feminine embodied leaders. If you're looking to further grow, evolve, and expand your life and business, connect with me on Instagram and sign up for my Rise newsletter. Get ready to receive special announcements, inspiration, high vibe self-empowerment, tips, hacks, and tools on how to become the woman you most want to be right into your inbox. Link in the show notes. Until next time, have a gorgeous week.